getting kind of a late start to today's video because it's been really hot recently, and while it is kind of the nicest time of the year, in my opinion, it's also one of the most uncomfortable times of year because I literally don't think I could have done this job in the middle of the heat today. It was just so hot. But before we get into things, I want to go ahead and show you guys something. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear that or not. Of course, it wasn't as loud when I tried to record it, but my brakes have been like scraping a lot recently, and it's because the pads are almost completely worn out. And I've been kind of putting off getting new pads because I've been wanting to make today's video, and that day is finally here. So without further ado, let's get to work. Alright boys, so I haven't really been talking that much because I just wanted to go ahead and get this off. It's pretty straightforward. So after you take the wheel off with the lug nuts, of course you're going to see brake rotor on here, and then you'll see the caliper. To take the caliper off, there's literally just like these two bolts. They're on the back side of the caliper. Those will come off, and then once you take that off, there's two bolts on the inside of the caliper bracket, which is what holds the pads kind of in their place. You can take that off, and then you can take the rotor off. So now that I have that off, I'm going to go ahead and show you the new rotors that are going on here. Yeah, alright, so we got the new brake pads, and this is the part that I'm most excited for. Ooh! Look at those rotors, boys! So one of the recommendations I've been getting for this car is to do a big brake kit, and while in the future I will want to run big brakes on this car if I end up making more power with a supercharger or anything, it's not really necessary with 300 horsepower. But since I'm changing my brakes, I decided I would go ahead and upgrade to a drilled and slotted rotor setup. So these are the drilled and slotted rotors from StopTech Select Sport. They're super nice. I'm really excited to go ahead and throw these on the car. Oh yes! Look at that. That looks sick. Alright boys, so that's one side done. Yeah, as you can see, I didn't really clean these calipers up yet. I'm gonna actually be... I don't want to give away too much, but these are going to get a color, let's just say that. So I'm not really worried about these right now because I'm going to be working on these brakes a lot in the future, but that rotor looks freaking nice. I'm really excited to see what this looks like with the wheel on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and double check every bolt and then put the wheel back on and lower the car back down. Oh, that looks sick! Much needed modification. Alright, so I'm slowly running out of daylight, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish the driver's side tonight, and then tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I'll come out here and I'll tackle the rear of the car, just because I don't really like working on jack stands and jacks when it's like dark. Even though I have the freaking power of the sun in the palm of my hand over here, I just don't, it's not really a safe practice. And also, my dad is planning on moving everything else out of here tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to kind of pull the car in a little bit further and use more of this flat space, because it always makes me nervous kind of raising the car up on a jack when it's not perfectly level. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and hit that little time lapse for you guys, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. seeing this? Oh. Oh. Alright, that was the nostalgia for today. So, it is the next day. I am going to go ahead and finish the brakes on the Mustang, and then I'm headed to a car meet. I stopped recording for a little bit because I ended up getting kind of stuck, so I'm going to show you what I ran into. So these calipers are a twist-in caliper design, so to compress the caliper you actually have to use a tool to twist it in. So I have the tool that I needed, but what I was running into was that I was pushing the caliper in, but it just wasn't going in. Like, the caliper was seized and I was turning it the right way and everything. But look at this. I had to use a cheater bar on the end of this little thing to twist it all the way. And to do that, I had to actually take the rotor out and mount the caliper onto here so that I could get leverage on it. But it bent my tool. Look at that. That is like, what the heck? I don't know. I always end up having like one little thing with a job like this that becomes a pain, and then it makes the job take so much longer just because one little thing decided to go wrong. But either way, I've got the caliper compressed now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the brake pads in. That's one side down, one to go. Alright, so everything was going super smoothly, and then of course something had to break. So this is my caliper pin, and as you can see there's half of a bolt inside of it, and this is the top half of that bolt. So luckily Alex is coming in clutch right now. Shout out to you, Alex. I'll put his Instagram on the screen, check him out. He lives down the street from me and he's got this sick FRS. So we're going down to AutoZone real quick. Luckily AutoZone had this in stock, and there's a car meet that we're gonna go to tonight, so hopefully we're not too late to the car meet because I'm like so close to being done with this. Alright, so I got the bolts I need. Again, huge thanks to Alex driving me over to AutoZone. Now we're gonna get this wrapped up. Okay, so I didn't really record anything at the car meet. That day, after I finished changing the brakes on the Mustang, I was honestly just so exhausted. Like, I had just been working on the car all day, and I just wasn't really in the mood to record anything. So I do apologize about that, but that same meet is happening again tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for me, later today for you guys if you're watching it when it comes out. So if you want to come to the meet, you're always welcome. It's the Wasted Space Meet. I'll like put it on the screen. You can look it on Instagram to get the address and whatnot. But if you guys are in the area and you want to come out and say what's up, of course you're always welcome to do that. And I think I'm actually gonna vlog a little bit at this one, hopefully. I'm trying to get better at vlogging kind of out in public. It's still kind of weird to be talking to a camera when there's real people just standing right there, you know, but I'm getting used to it, and this channel is growing, so I am thankful for all the new subscribers and anybody who wants to come back and see this face. Some other good news is that I'm about 1 week away from finishing my calculus class. For those of you that don't know, I've been taking calculus this summer, and when I signed up, I didn't realize that it was an accelerated course, so it's basically like a full term in the span of about 8 weeks. So even though it's only a 5-credit course, it literally feels like I'm going to school full time because there's just so much work that's crammed into just this one class. Like literally last week I had to print out like 25 pages, and that was just for like the activities, and that didn't even include the online homework and all this other stuff. So that's kind of why these videos have only been coming out once a week, which is kind of unfortunate because I wanted these videos to come out like at least twice a week, maybe 3 if I had enough time. But luckily that is almost done. The current week that we're in right now is the last week, and then next week is just the review and a final. So I'm really close to being done with that class, and I honestly can't wait. Like I don't think I'm ever gonna take a summer class again if I can avoid it, because summer classes just suck. Unless it's like a PE class or something, I could just go bowling or lift or whatever as a class. Doing academics during the summer just sucks. Like I'm getting so burnt out, and I've been going to school just constantly since September of last year, so I really need a break. But speaking of breaks, I am actually moving to Corvallis right after I finish the final for math, so there might not be a video for a little bit of gap of time. Hopefully I can cook something up in the next couple weeks to kind of upload while I'm moving, but I'm moving back to Corvallis, and I'm pretty much gonna have about 6 weeks of downtime where I'll be able to do nothing but make these videos. There's gonna be a garage. There's dogs barking. What was I saying? But yeah, moving to Corvallis is going to be awesome because there's going to be a garage, and I'll finally have a space where I can just work on the car and make these videos a little bit more entertaining, because like whenever I want to do a mod on my Mustang when I'm here, it's always so frustrating because like I have to just move a bunch of crap before I can even do anything. I can even start on anything. Like I'm sharing the garage space with other people. There's always so much going on. There's other cars in the driveway. Like it's just... Those of you that work on your car at home, I'm sure you know exactly how frustrating that is. It's stressful, and I hope that you guys can see that. I'm trying to be like kind of transparent. Working on cars is not always just the easiest thing in the world. Like a lot of times preparation takes more than literally anything else. So I hope that you guys can appreciate that, and I'm really excited for the next chapter of this channel. But anyway, if you liked today's video, be sure to leave a like down below. If you're new and you made it this far, consider subscribing for more car content. Browse to the channel if you're bored and you're stuck at home during quarantine like all of us, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and dream big.